Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you are well and had a good weekend. We're going to talk about OX. Why has this pumped? When should you be looking to buy if you are interested? Stick around. So hi everyone, hope you're good. Thank you for all the nice comments over the weekend. It's been awesome. Now, let's talk about it. This has been mentioned on a numerous lists. Someone that I don't really like. I've done a few videos on said person. It's just an elaborate little mailing list that pumps coins. Whether it's organic or not is another question. But a lot of people have been messaging and putting this in Facebook groups. Stuff. Oh, this is amazing, awesome. It's pumping. Why is it pumping? What is it? This video is not about the fundamentals of it and how it works. I will do a video on those at some point in the future. But this is mainly to curb your FOMO. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please do subscribe, hit the bell button, like button, comment. If you want me to do more of these videos, it's probably my most popular series. When to invest in coins, when to look for the pullback, when to look at potential buy areas, which is safer than current prices. Again, this is financial advice, technically, but it's not. You know, I'm trying to help you guys in terms of looking at an option to buy into something that you physically have looked into and researched. In terms of that, you must do your research. In terms of that, you must be patient. In terms of that, anything that I do say can be absolutely utter bollocks. So let's go into it. So let's have a look at that. You know, powering the decentralized exchange. ZRX is an open protocol to enable peer-to-peer exchange of assets on the Ethereum blockchain. Keyword there, Ethereum blockchain. It is on the ETH network. So all the good stuff. Long-term investment. If Ethereum does well, this is probably going to do quite well as well in terms of that. A lot of people do rate it, and I'm not going to go over it in much detail because I will probably send people to sleep. But all the information is here. It's all here on the website. You can check it all out. All kinds of use cases as well. The community is pretty big. Check it out. I don't want to go too much into this, but we're going to talk about the chat. So as I said before, financial advice. A lot of people want to hear things that are nice and rosy. I'll personally say this. This is overbought at the moment. It's massively pumped. It's huge. If you're thinking you missed the boat, you're probably not, because altcoins do eventually come down. Any market, what goes up does come down. Chuck anything in the air, it does come down. And it is like gravity. So you look at certain areas, and as I say, do your research and understand what you are looking at buying. But if it's overvalued, you wait. It's like buying anything in life, right? If you want a Hoover, for example, you might want a Hoover. And you think, oh, that's quite expensive. I don't want to pay that much. But you wait for the sale, right? You wait for the New Year sale. You wait for the Black Friday event. You wait for all the stupid stuff, don't you? To try and get it a little bit cheaper. Think of that like crypto, right? You like a thing. You've done the research. You like the company. You like the proposition of a use case. You like the proposition that this could be an okay investment, like a stock, like whatever you want it to be. Just wait for it to come down a little bit. So let's have a little look at this in terms of simple lines. So I don't want to go too deep in structure, but this is all we've got. It has formed a higher high though on the weekly time frame, which is kind of key. We were looking obviously at this as a bearish like zone essentially. You could probably argue that is the most valid trend line you could probably go for in this situation on the weekly time frame. You know, simple really. You got lower lows, higher lows, lower high, sorry. So simple really. But in terms of that, suppressed, but we have flown out. The next buy zone is here, technically. So looking at roughly 30 cents, but we'll come on to that in a second. If that holds, it may just go right underneath it again, but it also may bounce off it. So we will go into the daily time frame. We will have a little look, and when you start looking at, actually no, we'll go to the weekly first. Let's have a little look. We'll put some lines on the weekly just to kind of show you some stuff. So there's a 1 here, right? That's obvious level of support, which is now obviously support. It was resistance for a while, as you can probably tell. So looking at that, I'll make this a little bit thinner so it's not too blunt. But that is one place where we are looking to test. I would wait to see what happens on this level. If it drops into it, yeah, cool. But what might happen overall, in my personal viewpoint, we may go like this, below this. We may then, oops, apologies. We may then test this as a then support level, which will then flip into resistance again and then back down. So this is why you need to be patient with these things, because these are new zones that have been retested or re-hit, and I don't have much data because this is on Binance Tether, and I don't want to go too deep in terms of structure, but you shouldn't. It doesn't really matter in my view in terms of that. You've got to have current price levels. So in terms of that, you've got a very, very solid area there. You've got another one here as well, not too far away in retrospect, in terms of a level of, like, you know, it's held the support. It's came as resistance as well in certain periods. So just look at that one as well as a potential area, which is where that 30 cents was before in terms of my little trend line. So that could be a very, very interesting area. Looking further down, we've got an area down here as well for the weekly, which is kind of obvious and key, where you got this level here, you got it here as well, here, plenty of stopping and turning around, and obviously the bottom here. I'll just stick to the bottom area. I don't want to go too far away actually. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. But in terms of structure, there's enough there to give you a bit of insight. When obviously you zoom in on this, they are quite big moves. They don't look like much in terms of the overall pickings of this, but when you start considering that each of these are like 40 or 50%, it's a decent bit of structure. It's a decent gap for you to get a bit excited about. In terms of this, zooming on to the daily time frame now, and we're going to look at this, and looking at terms of levels, it's actually quite good in fact. But what we want to do is get a little bit more data. There's an obvious level here, right? I'm going to put that right there. That's an easy one. But we're going to see what that one actually adds up to in a second. Because of that, kind of, if you put your crosshair on it, there's all kinds of stuff left as well. There's also, you've probably not seen this one just yet, there's a one here too, which is probably very, very key. Levels here, levels here, levels here. Really, really straightforward. So in terms of that, that is all I'm going to do for now. Okay. There is other areas. Obviously, there's a one here as well, which is 33 cents roughly, give or take. But we'll see what happens with that. But moving on. Let's put a fib on here. Let's see what happens with the fib. Now, this is kind of going to be interesting to see where things line up, and I kind of expected that to happen. Everything that you look at in terms of retrospect market structure will line up to something that is of degree of importance. In my eyes, the Fibonacci is always good. So 25 cents, I've always been told that, oh, you must tell them the prices because they can't see it. Look at 25 cents as a potential buy area, which is the 618 level. So it's actually 0.2587 if you want to get too mathematical with it. That is the current price, what the Fibonacci of the golden ratio is for a potential pullback. Pretty decent. If you're looking for a better area, 30 cents, which was what I highlighted before, which is a 50% retracement on the Fibonacci levels. 0.30, just put 0.30. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep on this one. Simple, simple, simples. Now, this is quite exciting. As I said before, do your trend line. You're looking at this level here going all the way down. In terms of a potential area where it can go into, you know, it depends on how you do it. Trend lines you can cheat. Okay, you can do it from body to body, wick to wicks, wick to whatever. It's subjective, entirely up to you in terms of what you do. But I would do it from body to body, which would give you a nice little confluence between the 50% retracement. So that is where that number came from the start. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at this coin, I would definitely wait. There's also other levels too. 20 cents is also another one. But just be patient. Be absolutely patient to see where this goes. As you can see here, these little bull and bears, you can get these for free if you so wish to on the Hitman website. Check out the links below on that one, by the way. Also courses as well, you can check out those links. But this has pumped. This will retrace. Now, be mindful. This first level, 34 cents, is key. If this does not hold, expect it to go down to these levels. If it does hold, and it will bounce, you're probably going to get trend continuation. However, with the halving narrative, with everything going on with halving, and the most obvious thing that we could dump, this will probably go down with it in Tether format, especially in Tether format. So that is today's video, pretty much signed, sealed and delivered. I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, I have put some little buy zones in there for you based off the Fibonacci and current market structure, just to give you an insight. Again, look at the levels of where I have put them Fibonacci levels. That wasn't me, that is Fibonacci. But when you look at the past market structure, where things are, it gets very, very easy to formulate where things can go and where you can start placing your orders. So there you go. have a good one. See you again tomorrow. And yeah, happy halving day.